Another winning day on the morning wager. Yesterday, 2-1, 5-1 to start the week now. We've got some NBA and Maction for you. Mark Zinno. My goodness, the people, they dared to question you yesterday with some of your math in college hoops, but you showed them who knows best, didn't you? This is...
Oh, God. I know. I'm very pro-American. I hate this song. I despise that song. You know what's weird to me is that people actually, in sports stadiums, and this is what really was a tipping point for me, in sports stadiums, people will actually stop moving and stop what they're doing to this song and talk and walk through the national anthem itself. Made no sense to me.
Mark Zinno, you always make sense to me. I agree with that take, to be honest with you. That's a very good point, to be honest with you, actually. Let's think. I'll tell Mark Zinno.
Like, the song sucks, first of all.
Oh, it's going to be one of those shows today. You know, it's funny when I'm yelled at before the show, get to the picks, BP, get to the picks, BP, but not when we're having fun on the show behind the scenes. Yes, they would. What are we talking about here? Oh, the NBA. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, hold on. Oh, Jesus. Here we go. Somebody's at, I hear it. There he is. Not on LinkedIn, just in general.
Are things in Japan these days? I wonder how they are.
I don't know. Did they have an election yesterday? I don't keep track of this
stuff. There are two things I don't need to hear about. You're wondering what they are? Lee Greenwood's God Bless the USA and Tokyo Brandon's record. Those are two things I don't ever need to hear. Like, we're good. We can move on now. Would you like me to put my play out there for today?
I believe you're going to talk about the Houston Rockets and the San Antonio Spurs, two teams located in the state of Texas.
Yes, they are. By the way, what a call by me last night on the San Francisco Dons going over. And don't ever question my math, people, okay? All you guys in the comment sections, you can bite me. I actually called the score. I said the final was going to be something like 90-60, and I think the final was what?
Hold on. Yesterday, you took me to task for flexing against the comment section, and now you're going to do it.
Well, yeah. No, but I'm talking about the Texas Tech game. That we when I said the score was going to be 90-60, and the final was 94-61. But yes, great call by me on San Fran and Cal Poly. I mean, that was and good for the commenters who all said Cal never lost a game by 20 last year. Cal Poly and those guys. I hope you guys all cashed tickets on Cal Poly plus the points last night. But anyway, we digress. All right, let's get back to the NBA tonight for my half of the double play. Houston Rockets, San Antonio Spurs. Guys, guess what? The Rockets and Spurs are 7 games into the season. What you might not know is that they've already played each other twice. This is the third matchup between these two teams. A little bit odd scheduling quirk here. They played 2 games in San Antonio last week on October 26th, October 28th. They split the two. Spurs won the first one. Rockets won the second one. They go back to Houston tonight where, remember last year, the home road splits for the Rockets, particularly on the defensive end, were very, very dynamic. So we're going to ride that here as well when we talk about, the Rockets being able to control Victor Wembanyama and what he did. Now, in one game, Wembanyama went off. Obviously, that was the one that the Spurs won. In the second game where the Spurs lost, Wemby was a little less potent. Only had 14 points. Did have 20 boards, though, compared to 29 points in the first game that he had against him. So clearly they're going to have to figure out a way to check Wembanyama. But I think they do that here at home. This was a number that opened at 5.5, and it moved to 6.5. I get a little bit nervous at the 6.5. Like once we cross that threshold, 6 and 7 start to be kind of key numbers in the NBA. But, I like the Rockets defense here. The matchup, I think, favors the Rockets considering they've played so often already. We get Houston at home where they've been much better. I really kind of feel like, hey, this is a spot here where Houston can get a lead and then pull away late and win this one rather handily. So give me the Rockets minus a 6.5 tonight. You should turn your mic off mute, dummy. You should actually unmute yourself. There you go.
Shouldn't I? I'm all out of sorts today. I'm all out of sorts.
You should mic on.
Smash that like button if you think I'm a dummy. Smash that like button if you're rolling with Mark Zinno with the Houston Rockets. The Star Spangled Banner mentions Rockets, by the way. Let us know down in the comments section if you prefer.
There, lots of bombs in the air. Yeah,
it's not one of the better versions of the anthem I've ever heard. Okay, from the absurd to
version of the national anthem. Man. Don't hate on Aunt Bethany. Okay,
I would never hate on Aunt Bethany. Let's go from that to this: the Detroit Pistons and the Charlotte Hornets. America at its finest in this one. What if I told you, Mark Zinno, that you only had to lay 1.5 points with the home team against the Detroit Pistons? Would you be interested?
What if you told me that this is a basketball game that no one should be forced to watch unless it's a form of torture? These are two
It's not the
miserable
answer.
basketball teams.
It's not the answer I was looking for, quite frankly. I wanted you to
I'm sh-
say, I would be interested, is what you
I
were
would be
supposed to
interested.
say.
I
Oh,
would
okay.
be
There you
interested.
go. Good. Because that's what we're going to do. We're going to lay less than a bucket with a team at home facing the Detroit Pistons. Now, the Pistons have admittedly played pretty decently recently. They've won 3 of 4. They've covered back-to-back games, winning outright at Brooklyn. It's not a good team. And then they win outright at home against the Lakers, who aren't good on the road. Now, you look at Charlotte recently, they've lost 3 straight, okay? That's given us a little bit of value here. Who has Charlotte played the last 3 games, though, Mark Zinno? I'm going to tell you, they played Boston twice and Minnesota. That's the, 2 of the better teams in the league. Boston, obviously, being the best. I just look at this, to me, it's buy low on Charlotte and particularly sell high on the Detroit Pistons. I mean, again, a team, the Pistons off back-to-back wins on the road, only getting 1.5. I'll believe it when I see it if the Pistons could be consistently competitive. Give me Charlotte in this game. I just love this spot from a buy low, sell high perspective. Charlotte not as bad as its record. They've played better teams than Detroit has. Thoughts?
Sounds about right. Sounds about right.
Okay.
Detroit's defense actually is improved, at least to start the year. Charlotte is second to last in defensive efficiency. We kind of expected, but Detroit's defense, which was a bottom 5 defense last year, starting off a little bit better here. But
Again.
down with the Jets.
Oh, here you go. Here you go.
See, it's just perfect.
That was a good salute. What are you in the military or something like that? That was a very good salute. Oh, there we go. I'll tell you what, somebody's having fun this morning.
Just push all those buttons. Push all those.
Somebody's having fun. Speaking of buttons that were pushed, I would like to personally thank everyone who got on board yesterday for $5 Tuesday as we look to get it done this weekend. Yeah, a lot of people got on board my play. I'm not going to promote my record because Mark Zinno threatened to assault me yesterday if I do that again. But it was
reason
good.
for you. There's no
There
reason.
is no reason.
Yeah, you don't like
there's
need
no reason.
to. Brian, you're good at this. I'll promote your record for you. Brian, you're good at this. Go by Brian's place. Okay, there you go.
I really appreciate that. That was a nice thing for you to say.
Does that mean you're going to get every game right? No. If you guys buy picks thinking we're all going to get every game right, well, you're an idiot. I don't know what to tell you. It's a 50-50 proposition. If you've ever taken a mathematics probability class, you realize it is impossible, according to laws of probability, for you to get everyone right. There you go.
I got a producer and a co-host that are on one today, man. You guys are killing me.
I'm just being honest. That's all it is.
You always are. You've never lied to me. Never lied to the public.
No. Especially when I told you that the years have not been kind to that one woman. I was dead honest on that moment.
Yeah, that was I know that. I saw that. Speaking of women, Ohio and Kent State. I know the women well. I did know the women there well. About 20 years ago, I knew the women at these schools very well. They're playing tonight in Maction. Maction got underway last night. A couple games. Why did Maction get started on election night? Was anyone watching those games on television?
No.
Anyway, Kent State, as the people know, is a very bad football team. They're the only winless team in the country. They're playing at home. The offense has been better since Ulatowski became the quarterback, the third stringer. Tommy Ulatowski gave me a backdoor cover against Ball State a few weeks ago. That was one of the most incredible situations ever. I gave up on the game 3 times and lost my mind 2 more.
Yes,
anyway,
I remember
Kent State's defense is bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Offense has been a little improved, but overall, you look at this Kent State offense, they can't run. They're 122nd. They can't pass. Yeah, I mean, they're outside the top 120 in both running and passing offensively. OU's defense is good enough. This is a high total by Ohio University standards. It is their second highest total of the year. The only one higher stayed under, a 27-20 win over South Alabama. Mark Zinno, we like the under in this game. Ohio, prior to its previous game, had not scored more than 27 in any game.
Look, as BP said, just some more numbers there. Kent State 133rd in yards per play on offense and defense. They also have a quarterback who's completing Hope you're all sitting down for this. 42% of his passes.
Not good.
God awful. Like, you shouldn't be allowed to play quarterback if you can't even complete 50% of your passes. More passes are incomplete than they are not for Ulatowski. That said, the OU Bobcats have a good run game, so that should sort of slow things down a little bit from a pace standpoint. You asked that Ohio limits Kent State's big playability. You asked that, that Kent State doesn't let Ohio quarterback Parker Navarro run off, and because he's a mobile guy and create things on the ground. But nonetheless, I would look at this as a spot here where Kent State can actually keep it close. 2 of their 3 home games were one-score games. If they can keep it close for the most part, and that's why this total is so high, because Kent State's defense is so bad. But if they can play a little bit of defense here and keep this thing close within, 10 points, I feel like that means Ohio isn't scoring at the rate that they should. Just be cautious here. Like, this is one that could be over early. If the Bobcats get out to a 14-0 lead, guess what? Kent State can't catch up because their offense is so bad. So let's hope they keep it close early and this thing stays under 52.
That's our show. Best bet. Shout out to Court Street, the finest street in any college in the United States of America. Thank you very much. I'll put it against any street. 18 bars.
That's one way to look at it.
What do you think I was going to say? The bookstore?
Thought you were going to talk about the quality of the pavement. Quality of the pavement. Fresh. The lines are painted.
Bricks. That's why they call the OU Miami rivalry the Battle of the Bricks. We're dancing. We gave you 3 songs today, by the way. This is the... DJ Joe, thank you very much. Like and subscribe, everybody.
Don't ever question our math again.
Always got my back.